Hi, it's Terry, or Mom to some of you. I picked up these Dollar Tree, I guess they're terracotta, clay pots they call them. I believe it's terracotta. That's what we used to call them. Anyway, I picked up a bunch of them, and by bunch I mean, like I have them everywhere. Like, I tripped over a bag yesterday, and I heard a clunk or a clank, and I looked, oh crap, there's more. So I forget how many I get, and I'm like, well, let me just pick up this many or that many more. And, problem being that I need to use some of them. So I got the little ones. They come 3 in a pack at the Dollar Tree. But you gotta remember, you're not up that high. They come 3 in a pack at the Dollar Tree, or the big ones come 2 in a pack. So, obviously $1 for these. So if I make the pot people, I would need 4 of the small ones and 3 of the big ones. So you're talking $1.50 and same. Basically $1.33. So you're talking pretty cheap crafting here. But what I want to do today, I've already made a pot person on camera. So what I want to do is draw the face first. So I thought about it, how hard is that to get on a curved surface and then keep your spacing, correct. The easiest way is to buy some stickers, right? Just go buy some stickers, but I'm not that kind of person. I would rather draw it on. I would rather know that my artwork is my artwork. I did it myself. So I'm going to make some templates to to put on here, and then I know that I just have to space them such and such apart there. And I thought that would be more fun to draw some eyes and noses and mouths, and just make some templates to put on there, or to draw onto there, and then paint, or whatever you want to do. And yeah, stickers would be much easier, but I think this will be fun. Okay, so this is my shape box. I just keep odds and ends in here. Like, this was from a generic Play-Doh set. I think I might have got it at a yard sale. I mean, I have circles. I have a heart that I made that's really wonky, but I love it, so I just don't throw it away. I don't throw anything away. If you've seen my upstairs, you would understand. Well, if you see behind me, you would understand. I don't throw anything away. I made me a star for basket weaving. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. But anyway, so these are Dollar Tree wooden letters. I used these before I had my Cricut. Oh, and I got a moose cookie cutter. How cute is that? I can't remember if you can see it or not. But before I got my Cricut, I would take my piece of wood or whatever it was that I wanted these letters on, and I would paint a strip of the color I wanted my letters to be. Then I would take my letters and I would put them over that strip, tape them down or stick them down. Actually, you wouldn't be able to tape them down really. But once you got your letters in the order that you wanted them to be, however, whatever you're doing, stick them down with tape up at the top, paint over top of them, and then carefully remove your tape. Put the tape after your paint dries, obviously. Then whatever your outside color is going to be is what you're painting over top of these. Your underside color is going to be the color that your letters are. So anyways, then you move your tape first before you tape this first, and then you carefully remove your tape from the top, and then you finish painting. After that's all dry and you remove the letters, you have the color that you want, and you're saying. So it's kind of easy, but if you don't think about it, you might not know. It's easy. So okay, shapes. Here's an eyeball. Here's a small smile, like a wide open mouth smile. This could be an eyebrow. You can, sometimes the eyebrows have those little hooks on them. And there's a site, if you can't freehand draw, I guess. I can sketch pretty well, but it's not the greatest. It's not been the greatest. But anyways, I don't know what happened to it now. I had a site pulled up. Here it is. It's called, if it loads, I will tell you what it's called. secondstreetapp.com. Is that right? Come on here. Nope, that is not right. Where in the heck did that come from? That was really strange that came up like that. Okay, here we go. I swear I got it this time. I typed in photos of big goofy eyeballs. So this is a royalty-free site. That means that you can use the images. For some reason, evidently my internet's wonky and it's not going to tell me right now what it is. So I'll try to tell you after I pause and come back or whatever. But anyways, I pulled up the site, and make sure if you're going to draw something that you find on the internet, make sure that it is royalty free, because like if I was to draw something on these pots and then later they find out that I did that and I sold something, they would want money from me. I don't have any money. If I make a flower pot and I sell it for $5, if I take one pot, I've made a $4.50 profit. They're going to take that from me because I used their their copyrighted picture. So anyway, let me find that site again. Here it is. Shutterstock.com. Shutterstock.com, and it says royalty free. They are available royalty free, and I know I made that was way too long of a thing there. I should have had it pulled up. I actually did. It turned off, but I don't know if you can see that real well. Try to block some of the light. No. But anyway, it's got a bunch of goofy eyeballs. I seen it there for a moment. Different types of eyeballs that you can draw or whatever. But if you're not good freehand, use something. I mean, I have little Play-Doh cutters in here. I have a lot of letters. I have stuff. This is a athletic tape roll, empty roll, that I use for circles if I need to. Circles are hard, even if you're a sketcher. It's hard to get your circles concentric. Here's a star I made out of tape. I don't remember what I based that star off of, but it actually turned out pretty good. But if I need a star shape, all of a sudden I need to draw it, I got one. If I don't think I can draw it freehand, I have one. Just collect stuff. That's all you do. Don't throw anything away. Be a clutterbug. And here's a little star. This is a cute little star. It's a Play-Doh star. Or not made out of Play-Doh, but a Play-Doh mold star. That would be cute as eyeballs or a nose. You know what I mean? So, and what was it that I was going to use for the eyebrow that I was going to say? Anyways, it had a good hook on the end of it. So you know how eyebrows, oh, it's this, the V. You know how eyebrows sometimes have a hook. It gets thicker up above the nose, and then you could just take it so far and then just start to curve it down after that to make it, the actual not square eyebrow. But so this is how I do it. So I'm going to get to the point in this video where I'm just going to speed it up while I'm drawing. I have some, it's like cardstock. You can use cardstock. This is just junk mail I get from Marlboro. I get a lot of them from Marlboro. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of my money, that's for sure, and I wish they didn't, but they do. So I use these pieces when they send them to me to glob glue on, to use the toothpick to paste something, or I use it to dabble my paint on when I'm trying to dry brush, whatever you can use it for. And I don't have to go buy anything to have that. I have these right here on hand. So I'm going to make templates and then put them in my shape bucket to have eyeballs and whatnot for when I want a quickie. So for when I want to do a quickie draw, I should say. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do here. Next time after this I'm going to speed the video up so it won't be so long. But thank you for watching. Okay, so I got all these cut out, and I know, oh, I didn't. I got a couple more there, but I know you saw me shape or draw two of the big, around the letter O. So what I did was I kept this one. This still needs a little bit of trimming, but I reshaped one of them. And, I had that in mind because this one's really small. So if I want a bigger eye, more shaped like that, I went ahead and just used one of the circles here and just reshaped it the way I wanted it to be while I was cutting. And I've also noticed over the last few weeks that I've gotten a lot shakier hands. They've I don't know, it comes with age. I'm sure I've seen that a lot in people. They just get a little more shaky as they go. Fortunately, when I draw, I don't shake. I'm really happy about that. I'm thankful if for anything. I guess that would be one thing I'm thankful for, because I do like to draw. Sometimes, not all the time. Drawing is like poetry. You're either in the mood or you're not. At least that's the way it is for me. I can either draw or I can't. If you force me to sit down and draw, you're not going to get good results probably. So anyway, I still have, I have another one of these, and a little bit smaller circle, which I really don't need right now, so I'm not going to do that. So anyway, now, you can make 2 of each if you'd like, which is just going to involve at this point, if you're happy with the shape, this is my new eyeball I made out of the bigger one. If I'm happy with this shape, all I have to do is trace it. You don't need 2 of each one, unless you want to stick them down somehow and draw them both at the same time. I think 1 is fine, but what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to stick them in, after I'm done with them, I'm going to stick them in my shape bucket for future use. This come from working on fiberglass molds. I was classified as a mold repair or finisher. A slash, I guess. There's a slash in there. So as I was working in there, the lead guy quit. He was mad because I came back there. He didn't want a woman to be his boss. He thought I was coming back there to be his boss, which couldn't have been further from the truth. But so anyways, I stepped into his position just because of him quitting. I had been a supervisor out on the out in the production area. So when I went back to the mold shop, though, I was giving that up. I didn't want to do that anymore. I had a few issues I was kind of trying to work through at the time, and it was too much, got to be too much. But anyway, so back in the mold shop, they had the pattern section. We had 2 men working there on patterns all the time, and I started going over there and helping them. And you find when you're making a pattern, it's really, really an awesome thing, because, and they make big bucks too, by the way. I did not make big bucks, but you start with nothing and you build. The customer tells you what they want, and you build that out of nothing. You take your imagination and your knowledge that you may have. This eyebrow was hard for me to cut, really hard, if you noticed that on that video, and then it come out kind of looking like a male appendage, and yeah, I didn't really want it to look like a male appendage. But anyway, so I got one time we took a existing mold that we had, and the customer wanted it to be, they wanted new style lines on it. And I should have said he, it was a female that I worked with. But anyways, I had never done this before, so I'm asking my boss, what do I do? How do I do this? They want this up like this and that. He says, well, you're gonna take a piece of wood and you're gonna draw what they want, and then you're gonna go over to you're gonna draw it onto a piece of wood, and you're gonna go over to the jigsaw or the scroll saw, scroll saw, and you're gonna cut that out. And you're going to work on that, and work on that, and work on that, until you get the exact style line that they want on that. Well, I'd never had any experience with that before. So he had so much confidence in me, and I did not. I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And he said, yes, you can. He said, if there's anybody else in this world that can do it, it's you. And that was the boost I needed, and I started doing that. So I did that for the pattern guys. I did help them a lot. I mean, they literally took pieces of wood, square, rectangle, shims, everything that they could to get this, oh my gosh, Fred Flintstone looking mold. And then the Bondo. Oh my goodness, the Bondo. But it was so inspiring to make something from nothing that I carried that with me now. And templates are the best possible thing I can tell you to use. If you need something and you have an idea and you don't want to mess something up by, freehanding or whatever, make a template, and then you make sure that that is exactly what you want it to be, and go on about it. Alright, that's enough blubbering. And I should have said, obviously, you're going to paint him first. I'm not going to paint this one. I should have said that when I first started. But see, his eyebrows are wonky. So what? So what? It's yours. You do however you want. If you want them perfect, you can make them perfect. Also, you know, when I got one up higher than the other, you can do, there's lots of things you can do. You can just fill it in more, or completely erase your, as long as you use pencil. I don't use anything but pencil, except sometimes, you know, on a dark fabric when I'm getting ready to sew or something. But you can make these, you know, once you get your lines on there, you can move them around however you want them to be. You don't have to, see, I just changed that, and I think that looks fine. I like the arch at the bottom, so I'll keep that arch and work, you know, just come up a little bit here, cut it off a little. That's alright. And then matching up one to the other is tough. That's why I wanted the templates to, you know, to make them more uniform. So I need to make a better eyebrow template. That's really huge. I didn't think about that when I was, you know, doing it, but I am what I am. I'm a creature of do it first and think about it later. I actually am very bad about that. I do a lot of things. I get so excited and I'm like, but I did think about painting my pot first, and I decided on this one I didn't want to do that. See, the one over there is a little bit longer, so we'll just bring this one out a little bit, and that's right there's what we got. Now the eyeballs. See, the eyeballs are, I'm going to paint the eyeballs, I'm going to paint the eyebrows and the mouth. I'm not going to paint the whole pot. So the eyeballs themselves, we need a smaller circle or 2 circles. You know, you can make them cross-eyed, you can make them, you know, looking up, down, whatever you want to do. I'm going to find something smaller to use as a circle. So seriously, when you look around, everything is some shape. You know, some things are shapes you don't want to use. I mean, you wouldn't be able to use. I have a battery. I could put that on here and draw around this battery. I mean, just an example. Everything is a shape. Everything. You want to draw a straight line and you don't have a ruler or a paint stick, How about tear this thing apart right here, and you got a straight line. You know, you got a straight edge. You can, it's everywhere. Shapes are everywhere. Into the shape bucket you go. But I have this little thing which is for needles. No, it's not for what you're thinking it's for. Ha, just kidding. This was needles. I have a bunch of needles. Like, when I say a bunch, I don't even want to tell you how many I have. So anyway, you can do it however you want. Which way you want his actual eyeball to go. And then after you get the round circle of the pupil, then you'll go around and do what, you know, like the white of his eyes or whatever you call it. But I'm going to put him, maybe I'll just stay right in the center for this one. We'll do some investigating and exploring later. But the most important thing is keep it sturdy. Just keep your finger, a lot of pressure on it. I'm trying to say that, and it's not wanting to, my words are not wanting to come out, so might not be the easiest thing in the world to use, but it works, and it's great. So you kind of want to keep, obviously if I'm closer on this side, I don't mean to say obviously, and I never mean to ever sound cocky, ever. Please, if I do something sarcastically, I'm sorry. Please don't let it offend you. So since I've only got a small amount here and a larger amount there, then I want to keep this the same. If I go over this way, then his eyes are going to be too far apart. So I want to stay about the same, you know, height wise. Just kind of eyeball it, eyeball your eyeball, and you know, try to keep the spaces very similar. They don't have to be perfect, you know. And like I said, if you want wonky eyeballs or whatever you want, that's fine. So he actually turned out pretty good. I really hate my lighting situation here. I just don't know what to do. I need to put in another overhead light. But anyway, these eyeballs turned out really, really well with that little thingy. It wasn't the easiest thing to hold, but it also, I had leverage with it because it's up off of it. So I think that turned out pretty good. Into the shape bucket he goes. So that's the tutorial. Basically, I'm going to make another pot person, and I'm going to make up several pots with faces on them. But this is your little, should be like a 10-minute video on how to draw. How to draw. You can do these anywhere now. Now you have eyeballs, you've got noses and mouths. Also, this half circle you see me cutting out is a piece of tape where they taped the letter shut. I don't know if you can see it on this. They taped this shut, you know, and I busted it in the center to get it out, and that's perfect. And that's the kind of thing, just look around. Shapes are everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's some kind of a shape that you can use. Glue sticks, they're perfectly round, and you'd have good leverage on that. So yeah, try it out. Try looking around. Say, you know what, I want to draw a straight line. I need to draw a straight line. Hey, look, I got this little tumbling tower block, and you know what, it may only be what, an inch and a half or whatever. So what, just keep moving it. Move it as long as you need it to move. So thank you for watching. Please hit like if you like my video.